Alright, welcome back to part 2 of our career mode here in Kerbal Space Program. Let's pick up where we left off. Last time we unlocked some new parts to help us fly faster and farther, and we've got some new contracts we can pick up. Let's see what we can do here. Some of these I like doing, some of these I don't. I don't like I said, I don't like doing these ones with specific areas. They're kind of difficult and annoying for now, so let's pick some easier ones. Alright, this is a good one. Test at the launch site, easy one, I'm going to take that. Test the parachute. Fantastic, that's another easy one. Not worth a whole lot, but let's do it anyway, because it's easy. And get into that building. Alright, let's put that aside for a second. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. We want to test the MK16 parachute. Where's that? It's under here, utility. Which one's the MK16? Oh, that's the regular one. Okay, so we don't have to do anything. Okay, and then the second one is test the flea. This one's the flea. Okay. Just test it at the launch site. Okie dokie. So this will be an easy one. We'll put that away, we'll need that. So we test this at the launch site, flies us up there. When it runs out of gas, we come down, and we test this parachute over flight and curbing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Do we unlock any new science? We unlocked the barometer. That's going to be new science. Let's grab that. Now, if we do the other, I'm going to put this on here just to show you, but if we do the same science in the same place, we don't get points for it, but I'll put it on here just to show you. We got our pilot, Jeb's ready to go, and launch. Okay, if I launch right now, there's going to be something weird happening. Does anyone see what the problem is? 3, 2, 1. The problem is over here again. We have both of our items in the same staging. If I hit space to start, we're going to have the engine and the parachute fire at the same time. We don't want that. Let's separate them. Plus, and I'm going to move the engine down. So now, hit space once, the engine fires. Hit space again, the parachute opens. That's what we want. Okay. But remember what I said about the science experiments, right? So let's try the temperature here. If I say log temperature, we get 0 science here because we've already done this. So I'm going to reset that. However, the barometer, this is new science for us. I'm going to right click and say log pressure data. This is new. So we get 3.6 science from the launch pad. Fantastic. Don't want to do the EVA stuff or the crew report because we already have that info, so let's fly. Control Z for full throttle and space to fire. Whee! Here we go. This is just a booster rocket. I cannot control the speed. Even if I throttle down, it doesn't matter. The booster rockets just go full throttle no matter what. But that's what they're made for, just to help push the ship up. Usually we use these boosters to help get us going fast, and then we separate them, and then the actual ship keeps going. But right now it's just a test for the rocket. We got that contract complete. We get the money for testing the flea. Next, when we use this one, we're going to get the money for that too. I think I'm okay with the pressure and the altitude. You know what? Just to be safe, I panic. I'm going to put it 1,500. I'm going to hit space because it's safe. And did that not work? Yeah, it worked. Oh, I got to do it between that altitude. Okay, we're going to have to try that one again. I opened it at just under 20,000 meters, but to successfully complete this contract, we need to open the parachute between 5,000 and 11,000 meters and be at a speed between 20 meters and 190 meters. Yep, alright, so this one didn't work out for us, but we'll still be able to land safely. We'll just switch to landed. Alright, Jeb, get out there, get that science, buddy. You have to hit slash till it stops fast forwarding. Get Jeb outside, right click, take the data. Could probably do it again here. We have to do it while we're inside. If it was a scientist, he can activate it on the outside, but Jeb has to do it from the inside. Take the data. EVA report. Ah, okay. This area is being recognized as this building, right? The Vehicle Assembly Building, the VAB. So we get science from it. It's separate from the grasslands and it's separate from the launch pad. So get that science, buddy. And board B. Now we can do this again and log the pressure. More science. Keep that. Temperature. Okay. And now we have to get back out there and collect. Take. Board. All done. The booster's too fast, and we can't adjust the speed. So we get one little gas tank right here, and we have two engines to choose from. The mass is about the same. This one's a little bit lighter, and this one's stronger actually. I might click that. These are the two different thrust values. One of them is in atmosphere. One of them is in the vacuum. So in the atmosphere, this one gives us 205 kilonewtons of thrust. In the vacuum of space, it'll give us more. But either one's really fine because we can throttle down. Let's just pick the cheaper one. This one's cheaper. Good enough. Let's try it again. Let's get back out there. Oh, now wait. This is going to be a little bit heavy for the one parachute. Let's not decouple. I don't want to break it. Let's use some more parachutes. We did unlock the radial parachutes, right? This smaller one, the drogue parachutes, these slow us down in the air, but they're not meant to be the full-on parachute to drop us to safety, just to reduce the speed. This is the one we want right here. It's basically just as strong as this first one, but let's get two of them for balance. Boop, one on each side. We might flip, but that's fine. All right, this should be good. Let's launch. Let's see what happens. Again, we have these clumped up. I should switch these when we're in the assembly building, but let me fix that. Engine goes first, then the parachutes. All right, and let me click on this. We have it ready. We need to be on this planet, Kerbin, flying between this altitude and at that speed. I'm gonna make sure we hit this speed, then I'm gonna throttle down so that we don't exceed the speed. Then I'm gonna hit spacebar to test the parachute. That should work. All right, got the SAS on, max throttle, and I'm gonna watch our speed. Make sure when it hits about 100, I'm gonna stop throttling. Space. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna hit X. There we go. And hit Shift, and I'm gonna balance it. So now once we pass 5,000, we're gonna run out of gas. I'm gonna have to speed up. This should get us above 5,000. Full speed. I don't know if we did it. I don't think we did it. We might slow down too much. No, we're gonna do it. This is good. All green. Hit space. Boom. That worked. All right, so we cleared all the conditions, and when I was at the right altitude, the right speed, I launched the parachute, so we complete the contract. Now all three of these are open. We'll be able to land safely. Fast forwarding. Whee! Boom. Da-da-da-da. Nice and safe. Now this is still considered grasslands, right? Crew report. Oh, launch pad. Okay. More monies. Okay. And log. Jeb, get that stuff. EVA. Right click. Take data. Hit the log temperature. Okay. EVA report. Already got it. Okay, and board. This one should be... Yeah, we already got that. Okay, we have everything. Pick us up. Okay, we got some science. We got 38 science. What can we unlock with this? Ooh, got some good cash now to work with too. What can we unlock with our 38 science? Oh, all the next stuff is 45. we gotta get some more science to do this. No problem. Let's go get it. Contracts. Let's see. Conduct. I'm gonna skip this one for now. Let's just do this decoupler one real quick, and then I'm gonna try to go for an orbit lead facility. You could do those contracts all day long, and pick up a few bucks here and there. But you actually get much more science going out into space. I'm gonna knock out this small one, and then let's see if we can get out in space and do some more cool stuff up there. Where's that decoupler? D12. Let me double check. This is the one we got to do. Yep, test the D12 decoupler, which is this one, at the launch site. That's all we got to do. We don't need any rockets or nonsense. Launch. Okay, that's it. This is the first stage right here. Just gonna hit space, and then this is gonna blink. Yay! And we get our monies. Pick us up. All right, so we got our money. Now let's make it more interesting. I think we can hit orbit. We're gonna get 6 science and 48,000. What is this money called? Vector bucks, I'm gonna call it. Or is that I don't know what they're called. Monies. Let's get that. I'm gonna accept that. Let's see if we can hit orbit. And well, we can probably do the decoupler while orbiting as well. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna give it a try. Pick the 2 hardest ones on there. Launch pad. Oh, why is there debris over there? Recover that. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so to get us up there, we need to have engines, and we need to have fuel for the engines. And when we land, we might be going pretty fast. We did unlock some heat shields. Let's see how those work. Now, after we decouple, that's really small. That's too small. Let's use the bigger one. After I dump everything, this is going to be left. This heat shield is going to protect the ship, so we'll use the decoupler to separate it from everything else. I am also going to need goo in space. Where was that? Science. One's enough. Okay. Now we need fuel tanks. We have the bigger one. Nice. Let's get some fuel tanks. Boom, boom, boom. And which rocket do we want? Okay, so now we have these 2 rockets here. The prices are really similar. And this one is stronger in space. This one's stronger in atmosphere and space. Okay. Any other differences here? I think it might be just the swivel angle that's a little bit different. Yeah, the swivel. This one helps with steering. Like this one will actually angle and turn itself a little better so you can steer the ship. I'm gonna take this one. Even though the other one's stronger, the other one only pushes straight. This one actually will tilt and help us steer the ship where we want it to go. But we want to also be able to make sure the ship is controllable, right? So we want some fins. 500 versus 25. I'm gonna be cheap. I'm gonna take the $25 basic fin, but I'm gonna get 3 of those like that. Should be easy enough to control like this. But I want to go. I want to get up and go. I want to get up in space. So let's have multiple stages. Let's have some fun with this. So far, our rocket's only costing 6,000. We'll earn money from our amazing feats as well. So do that. Oh, that's too big. Let me get the smaller one. There we go. So when I hit the space bar, everything below it will detach, and I'll be flying with that. What do we want for our first stage? Let's have some more rockets. Right. And then let's have the stronger one. That was a stronger one. Yeah, okay, good. But let's try something new this time. Well, wait, let me get some more fins on there. Fins. Let's go 4. I'll show you why. Alright, so now let's use the boosters as boosters this time. So we want to have... Ooh, that's a huge one. Awesome. Let's have this one. How expensive is it? It's pretty expensive. I don't think we need that. let's save some money and be cheap. They do the same thing, but let's just use the hammer. I want to attach it to the side, and then in the air I want to dump it. To do that, we are going to use the Radial Coupler, and I want to have 4 of these. So we'll have the quad symmetry here. If I click on it, I want to have 4 of them. Put it right here near the bottom. Then I'll click on that and attach it. Make sure you attach it right so it's not all sloppy like this, right? Or kind of like that. This way it's still touching the ship and it will not detach correctly. So be careful. Learn from my mistake. Make sure it is, there we go. It has distance like this between it and the main rocket. Now when we detach, it'll fly off safely. This is a flat surface on the top. It's going to have a lot of air resistance, and we did unlock the nose cone. Click on that. This will make it more aerodynamic, so it won't slow us down. This might get us into orbit. Anything else I'm forgetting? I'm going to detach here, so I only need the 1 parachute. I'm not going to jump ship, so I don't need the personal parachute. I think he's already going to have a jetpack on if I'm going to fly around. Yeah, he's got his jetpack right there. Okay. Science, I've got them all attached. Antenna, I don't really need the antenna right now because I'm going to bring all the science back home with me. You know what? I can give it a try. Let's just attach it, see what happens. I'm going to attach 2 of them just for balance. I said 2. Like that. Okay. I'm going to dump it later. Okay, cool. And not going to land. Okay, we're good. Let's fly. Let's get into orbit. Let me double check. Oh wait, is there any problems? Uh-oh. Okay, learn from another one of my mistakes. I have too many parts. I need to upgrade this building in order to make this thing work. Or I could reduce the number of parts by 7. I'm also over in mass. Let me reduce the number of tanks here. Let's drop that down to 2 boosters, and maybe we'll do that. And let's go down to 2 boosters. I said 2 boosters. There we go. How was that? Boom. Problem solved. This should still work. Okay, let's fly. Oh, whoa, before we fly. Yeah, let's fix this time. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is kick off all 3 of these, make all 3 of these work for us. So let's make this one the lowest, and this rocket to fly with them at the same time. Then, when these run out of gas, I want to kick them off. So I'll hit space, and those fly off. Oh, you know what? Okay, here's another cool trick. So if I do it just this way, this has fuel here, right? It's got solid fuel, 375 units of it, and this has its own fuel here, liquid fuel and oxidizer. They use different kinds of fuel. If they were the same kind of fuel, I could transfer the fuel from one to the other, but they're different kinds of fuels. I don't think I can do that right now. But if I could, I'd right click here, and there would be an option for crossfeed. But I guess we're gonna have to unlock that later. Oh, okay. So now we just use it as is. Okay, so I click here, dump those. Click here, dump that. Let's put these together because when I dump this one, I'm gonna have the next rocket kick. Fly, fly, fly. When it runs out of gas, then I will detach here and parachute down. I want to be very careful that I don't run out of gas when I want to re-enter. So I'm going to make sure I can use this one to re-enter. Let's see how far this gets us. Test the decoupler while orbiting and orbit. Okay, go. All right. Got the control Control Assist, full throttle, and burn. Now I'm going to start angling a little bit towards the angle. Alright, I'm going to kill the burner so we can get a little bit of angle. Nope, it's not helping. I can't turn. You know what? I'll turn the way it wants to go. I'll go towards 180 instead of 90. I wanted to rotate with the planet, but it's not letting me do that. Space, get rid of those things. Okay. And now this one's all empty too. I'm gonna hit space again, see what happens. Goodbye. Okay, so now this is pushing. We're getting some good speed here. Going to space. That's way out there. Alright, so let's change that angle a little bit. I don't know if that's high enough. How high is that? It's not enough to get into orbit. I'm going to run out of gas. And I'm going to run out of gas. I'm going to hit stop. Alright, so let's see what happens here. When we unlock some more stuff, we can actually do navigation nodes, and we can plan our flight path before we actually go there, but we don't have that unlocked yet, so we have to do everything manually. Right now, I'm going to right click on that. We are really high up. We're at 80,000 meters. We have escaped the atmosphere. 70 is the atmosphere. 70,000 meters, I mean, for Kerbin. We're officially in space right now. We don't need to go this high. When we get this high, we're going to be at about probably over 200,000 meters, I think. That's actually way higher than we need to be. Let's see. I'm going to angle it like that, and if I full throttle, nope. Okay, I'm not going to have enough thrust to get into orbit, but let me just teach you one thing while I'm here as I'm failing. I'm going to get to the top and then full throttle around here. This will help expand our angle more. That's what we want to do when we actually want to go for orbit. We want to create an arc like this, get near the top, and then right here at the very tip, at the farthest point of our orbit, we want to thrust and expand our orbit. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit to get us over here. I'm going to stop fast forwarding, angle us this way, and I'm going to full thrust just so you can see this expanding like that. And that's how we would normally get to orbit, but I don't have enough fuel. We're close. We're almost there. We have to try it again. Escape, revert, and revert to launch or revert to vehicle assembly. So this one is a failure. We're going to have to go back to vehicle assembly and figure out what's missing. We don't have enough gas to get around, and our ship isn't big enough. We can't add more parts. We're going to have to upgrade. Let's back out. Leave. If I right click on this, if I pay 225 grand, I can upgrade. Then I'll be able to use more parts. I'll be able to use 255 parts. Now we can build a bigger rocket. Let's get back in there. Alright, let's make this bigger, faster, stronger. I'm going to click on this part right here, hold Alt and click on it, and it will copy the piece. Or I can click down here for the quad symmetry, regular click on it, separate it so that when I reattach it, I'll have 4 thrusters. Okay, good, good, good. Now, because I had this one attached, I was not able to steer, and I really wanted to angle my approach, my ascent, so I'm going to drop that one and put the smaller swivel on there so I can steer where I'm going. That's better. This is the budget I have to work with. I'm using 13,000 so far. Let me get some more gas on here. As is, these bad boys, this one by itself does not have the power to push us off, but these do. These will get us up in the air because they have a 3.29 thrust to weight ratio. These will get us up. If I put these together, we'll also be able to steer. That's going to get us higher in the air. But since we have the money, I'm going to add another tank, like so. So that's nice. Yeah, it might work. It might work. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Is this enough? Let's give it a shot. Okay. Launch. What? Craft is too heavy. Why? Well, okay. Well, all these parts, but I didn't get a mass boost. Okay. What can I drop? All right. Let's see. Just drop some mass. For one more of these, right? Maybe even the small one. Just barely. Okay. 17.8 tons. Let's see how far this can take us. Okay. Now I'm going to launch. I'm going to angle it towards the 90 over here. This makes us fly with the rotation of the planet, and I'll show you what that looks like. But T, Z, and yeah, this looks good. Space. And we'll start tilting it slowly. Let's hit slowly. Hit space. Get rid of those. I don't want to angle it too much because that'll slow us down. It's not flying straight. 3, 2, 1. Running out of gas. Dumping it. Still pushing, but I don't want to push too much. I'm going to hit X for a second. See our angle of approach. So we're flying around this way. I'm going to wait till we get up here, and then wait. And then kick up the engines again, because we're getting up there. This might work this time. Last time we had a really steep climb. Well, we got higher than we needed. So now once we get closer to the top, not the very top, but just before it, then I'm going to kick in the engines again. Maybe this will get us in orbit. But we're still going through atmosphere right now, so I don't want to turn too much. It'll slow us down even more. We're at 60. Yeah, this will be just out of atmosphere, I believe. Jump only. Alright, I think now's a good time to start boosting. Let's just give it a try. Come down here, I'm gonna hit X. And stop. I'm gonna wait till we get a little bit higher. Yeah, we're pretty good. Now we're leaving atmosphere. Once we hit 70. We're in space now. Alright, X again. Z, now X. Now that we're out of the atmosphere, we're not having any drag, so it's not slowing us down too much. We're only slowing down a little bit because we're flying up and away from Kerbin, so gravity is slowing us down a little bit. Once we hit the top, it's going to stop slowing down and start speeding up as we fall. But we don't want to fall yet. We want to make orbit. Alright, so let's kick up the throttle again, facing straight. We're facing straight to the side like that. Z. Yeah, this might work, ladies and gentlemen. We get the best fuel efficiency when we're at the peak. Not fuel efficiency, but the best use of our engines, I think, when we're near the peak. So since we're not slowing down, we're not really in a hurry. We only have 427 delta V left. Pretty close to the top. Angle it straight again. Okay. Okay. Kick up the engines a little bit. Alright. Yeah, I don't have to go full throttle. I have them on just a little bit so that I'm always near the top. but we're slowly expanding. And if I click here for maneuver mode, you'll see that our periapsis, which is the other side of our orbit, is increasing. It's negative right now because it's going into the planet, but once it comes out the other side, if it does, and we're going to run out, then it'll be a positive number like this one. Right now, the highest part of our orbit on this side is 79,000 kilometers. Here it comes. There it is. Yep. We are in orbit. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop right now because we're safely in orbit. We're at 91,000 on one side, the far side, I think, and 79,000 kilometers on this side. We can continuously fly around like this, and we are safely in orbit. I also believe, we unlocked it. We have entered orbit. We also achieved our goal here. Now the big question is, can we get out of orbit? Do we have enough fuel, not much here, to push us back down? Okay, so this is how this is going to work, if it was going to work at all. We need to get to our highest point, thrust in the opposite direction to push the lowest point down. Now, I believe this is the higher point because this is where we started, or here-ish, I think. Yeah, this looks like it's bigger. One easy way to tell is we're going to switch back to the other mode, and this gives us our altitude right here. When we hit 91, we're at the peak. Now, how do we know which way we're going? Well, this symbol right here is what grade is that called? Retrograde is the opposite way. Prograde. This is called prograde. This is the direction the ship is flying, right? So if I point at this one, our nose is pointed directly where we're going. This is called prograde. But if I turn the ship around like this, now it's pointing toward what's called retrograde, right? It's facing the opposite direction. This is what we want. This will slow us down exactly. But I want to do it at the highest point of our orbit at 91. So I'm going to fast forward while this climbs. It's going to take us to the other side of the planet. And we'll see if we have enough. Going. Wait. You know what? Let's get some science while we're here. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Alright, let's hit... Right, observe the goo. Okay, so we did all the science we can do for now. And we're still climbing. We're really, really close. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference at this point. Alright, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to hit Z for full throttle in the opposite direction. It's going to make the other side drop, and as you'll see here, the periapsis should go down. If it goes down above or below 70,000 kilometers, we're home. If not, we are stuck. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens. Wait, stay. There we go. Stay there. Stay there. Go. Oh, we made it. We are safe. It worked. So it dropped us down to 23,000 kilometers, which is still in the air, but because it's below, it's at a low enough altitude where the air resistance will slow us down, we're going down. We will not be stuck in orbit. So we're good. Unfortunately, we are not high enough. We never got to a high enough altitude for this contract. We're going to have to upgrade our ship to fly higher, into a higher orbit. Right now we were only able to reach 91,000 meters. So we'll have to try this one again next time. But for now, let's get Jebediah safe, get our science points, and upgrade. So we're flying. Let's just enjoy the view for now. Look at that. All right. So we are going to have to decouple anyway because we only have the one parachute. Doesn't matter if we do it now or if we do it later. Let's go ahead and do it now, just for simplicity's sake, and then we can just coast all the way back in. So I'm going to hit space, decouple, goodbye. There it goes. Here's our heat shield. It's going to protect us in our reentry. We want to make sure this is facing forward. So we're going to keep everything facing retrograde like that. Okay. And we don't want to jettison the heat shield. We're going to keep that. And again, with the parachute, I'm going to right click on that. We can adjust the altitude. We can make it open earlier if we want. Doesn't really matter. We're going to be fine. Okay, now I want to fast forward just to get us to the other side, but when I do that, notice that our angle is going to change. Our ship's going to keep facing the same direction, but we're going to be in a different position around the planet. So it's not going to be the same direction of flight. I'm going to have to adjust it later. As you can see, it's moving right here, right? And when our altitude drops below 70, we're going to start hitting atmosphere, and I'm going to want to correct that. So otherwise, our heat shield is not going to protect us at all. Still doing good. Let me correct our angle. All right. Now, as you unlock more stuff in the future, you'll be able to unlock different abilities where the pilot can do these corrections himself, and he'll just stay locked on retrograde. But for now, since we're at the beginning of the game, we got to do this manually. All right. Sounds like we're slowing down. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, go down, grab that science, and get picked up. Yeah, I've never landed in the desert before. It looks cool. Okay. And boop, safe landing in the desert. All right, get that science, buddy. Remove, no problem. Right click, we're going to do an EVA report. Got that. And then we're going to go back in, run them again, and then pick them up again. Go back in, right click. I want to overwrite that. Okay, right click, log, take it, right click, log, keep it, and we can't use that one again, unfortunately. So go back out, take, board, get picked up, recover vessel. Alright, so we were able to achieve orbit, but we weren't able to get into a high enough orbit for the decoupler. Not bad, we accomplished 1 out of 2 of our tasks, but we did get a bunch of science. We earned 98 science from that orbit. Fantastic. So now we can unlock some more stuff. We even got some good money out of it too, and we can go faster and farther. But that was a long one. We'll stop here for now. Thanks for joining me on this one. Hope you liked it. Hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them for me. And see you next time, guys. Bye.